The Edge at 11 starts now.
Well, tonight on The Edge, a real surprise for the Taylor Police Department.
A quick Google search of Taylor PD was leading to photos and videos of cannabis. We're getting to the bottom of who was behind the gag and why it could lead to some severe consequences.
If you Googled Taylor Police Department in the last few days, it might have sparked some confusion. This is what you saw, a whole lot of weed.
Although we have a good sense of humor over here, we liked a good joke, we did not post those pictures on Google.
Chief admittedly laughed when a concerned citizen called and thought maybe the department did some rebranding on social media, but nope, a mystery person did, until I got a message Tuesday on Facebook, the man claiming to be behind what looked like a prank. He says it's not. He was just trying to get creative advertising cannabis plants he grows, trying to drive folks to his own social media pages, and meant no harm at all. He got his 15 minutes of fame, but the flame is out.
We did contact Google, and they do their investigation, and thankfully it appears at this moment that the pictures have been removed.
And this guy might have a chronic problem on his hands now.
The issue is not over. I can tell you there's some things that could happen. The Federal Communications Commission can take a look at this. The state police potentially could be looking at it.
We're told the possibility of some serious fines from the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC.
If you can imagine any small business or any business at all, someone posting false information about them, it can be very harmful to them.
We don't want to make this a how-to segment, but it's not hard to pull this off. The chief keeping it blunt, don't do it.
There could be pornography on there, and we just don't want that image displayed for the city of Taylor, especially our police department.
So the guy who claimed to have infiltrated their system, we were talking a little bit on Facebook, he did want to out himself. He wanted to do an interview. Scheduling wouldn't allow it, but he definitely is standing behind it. He says, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just trying to get a little creative with advertising. So
there you go. Got to always think outside the box. Sometimes it does have its own consequences.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Jess, we appreciate it. Let's turn to weather now. We are expecting some storms over the next couple of days.
Sure, Weather Authority Rich Luderman joins us with a closer look. Rich, it's late out there.
It is late out there. It's well after midnight, that's for sure. Let's take a look at the next system. You can see it here in the western Great Lakes. Notice big storms firing in Nebraska, close to Omaha, Nebraska, also up around Minneapolis. But it's this system that's going to ease into the area tomorrow afternoon, especially tomorrow evening. Notice what's on radar. Not much for us, but a small cluster of thunder showers developing between Chicago and Milwaukee. Here are the highs today, 86 for us. 91 Chicago, a little cooler up there in Newberry in the UP, 83 degrees. Look at Houghton, Michigan, 61 for a daytime high. This is the first time I've ever shown this shot. This is a live look at the Vatican in Rome, Italy. And if you look close, you'll see some birds flying around. 76 degrees. It's at a little after 6 in the morning in Rome, but a beautiful shot for sure. 86 degrees the high for us, 66 the morning low. Take a look at the readings right now. Some of us are falling back into the 60s. In Ann Arbor, it's 68. There's 75 for Pontiac, Mount Clemens. Winds are coming in at 70 degrees. Notice how the flow is now suddenly from the south, and that's what's increasing our humidity. Dew points are up into the middle 60s for a lot of us. 82 still in Chicago, 78 Pittsburgh. 66 in Marquette, much more comfortable there. Here's that next weather maker, and there it is, getting closer to us tomorrow afternoon and evening, even Thursday morning. We have chances for some thunder showers. Then much cooler heading into Friday with high pressure building in from the west. Severe weather chances tomorrow, especially on the other side of Lake Michigan, from Green Bay to Milwaukee down to Chicago. For the rest of tonight, more humid, down to 71 on average. Tomorrow is 86 for a high. Now, it will not be an all-day soaker, but some scattered storms will come and go. And then check out the forecast over the next few days. Much more comfortable on Friday. Jess, how about a full check coming up at 4 a.m. That's less than 4 hours from now. How about that?
Thanks for that reminder.
All right.
All right, Rich. A 13-year-old boy is behind bars accused of accidentally shooting another teen on Detroit's west side. It happened Monday afternoon on Kercheval. Thankfully, the victim is expected to be okay. It's cases like these that has the state health department sounding the alarm on gun violence, calling it a public health crisis.
And so many little kids get shot through carelessness by adults. Owning a gun, it's a right. But it's also a privilege. You're supposed to have common sense when you own a weapon.
Police say the owner of the gun is also facing charges under Michigan's secure storage law. The law requires gun owners to secure their guns if minors are present. If something happens, that owner is liable for harm caused if a minor gets their hands on that weapon.
Melvindale police continue to investigate after a body was found at a local park. The body was discovered around 7:30 Monday evening at McGinty Park. Police say there is no person of interest and there is no danger to the community. The victim has not been identified.
Well, I came back and I was like, something looks different about the church. And then I realized it's because half the roof wasn't there.
Yeah, that'd be it. The roof of a Dearborn church caves in, leaving 100 members searching for a new spot where they can worship. The Solid Rock Church is now looking more shaky than solid. We're told a worker stacked shingles all in one spot instead of spacing them out, which triggered the collapse. While church leaders look for a temporary place to call home, they rented out a library and the Dearborn Heights Community Center for Sunday services.
The University of Michigan is under federal investigation after 2 Chinese scientists linked to the school were separately charged with smuggling biological materials into the U.S. The U.S. Department of Education opened the investigation, saying both cases raise concerns about Michigan's vulnerability to national security threats from China. The investigation demands financial records from U of M, along with info on research collaborations with institutions outside the U.S. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel putting the pressure on lawmakers amid an immigration crackdown.
So she's asking them to pass legislation that would require ICE agents to properly identify themselves. Nessel and other Democratic attorneys general sent a letter to Congress pleading for more transparency from federal agents. She says the current situation is creating a climate of fear.
So you're seeing ICE agents who are in plain clothes with oftentimes no identifying insignia on them at all, fully masked, and they're performing arrests, detentions. They're throwing people into unmarked vehicles.
I like the idea of having ID. And this may be controversial, but have it in English and Spanish, because a lot of the people they're going after are Hispanic.
Former DPD Assistant Chief Steve Dolan says that he also understands why agents wouldn't want to show their faces over safety concerns, but Nessel points out that it opens the door for others to impersonate ICE officers.
Well, tonight, 7 of Detroit mayoral candidates took part in a forum, sharing their visions for the city while also tackling concerns of business owners. So
all 7, they're continuing their outreach in the community with a primary just a few weeks away. Fox News' Dave Spencer has the story.
Roughly 100 Detroiters, small business people, voters, came out on Tuesday to try and narrow down a crowded field of candidates that include current local politicians.
Whether we're talking about reducing property taxes or growing more small businesses or helping the businesses that we already have here, we have to continue to move this city forward in a way that's beneficial for everyone.
As I travel throughout this city, I still see the potential, but I also see the pain of our city. And one of the reasons why I'm also running is because I'm a woman of faith, and I have a deep conviction that this is my calling.
Business owners.
I'm an innovation specialist. I'm an industry consultant, and I converge relationships and stakeholders all the time. I want to do that for the city.
My vision is to build a diverse economy in the city of Detroit, make Detroit the international city that it should be, make Detroit a smart city.
Business runners.
The next era has to be the era of our neighborhoods rising. And in order for our neighborhoods to rise, small businesses have to rise too.
I've started businesses. I help people run businesses. And as a city, we are a business, but we also have to have the empathy of the people in mind.
And a former chief of Detroit law enforcement.
You need a mayor who understands how to lead people and execute in a very efficient way. I've done that. I've done that most of my professional career.
Each of the 7 candidates say they share a vision of creating a safe, affordable, and thriving city, but they admit they bring different life skills to the table, which creates unique paths to making those goals a reality. And ultimately, it will be up to the voters come primary election day on August 5th. The current mayor, Mike Duggan, who has been running this city since 2013, has already announced he will not be running for re-election. He has his eyes set on running for governor. In Detroit, Dave Spencer on The Edge.
Two key streets in downtown Northville reopened after 2 years following a court order last week. A judge mandated the city remove barricades at this section of Main and Center Streets, which was blocked off for pedestrians. Now residents are divided. Some viewed the closure as a unique sense of community in the downtown area, while business owners claim it had negative impacts on their foot traffic. The city is still allowed to have temporary street closures during special events.